it is live. Seems okay. Okay, where is going? Session time is running. Hold on a minute. Okay, there we go. Good. This end. And I'm way too tired to return to be playing this, but said I would, so I will. Okay, it's Monday. It's the final week of the ranked for HotS, so we're going to be playing it. I'm going to do match with ARAM to warm up and also wake up a bit more because I basically destroyed my sleep schedule last night. I stayed up way too late and I really should have gone to bed. And then for some reason my body decided that okay, 3 hours of sleep is enough, so we'll wake up at 7. That wasn't fun. Woke up for a really weird ass dream. Cannot remember any details of it. I just remember it was a weird ass dream. And it so I basically woke up at 7, thought, well, I'll try and fall back to sleep. Couldn't. So instead I ended up watching the movie Clue. Because that's what one does when one can't fall asleep and it's 8 in the morning. You watch Clue. So yeah. So my weekend was good. Played games with friends. Managed to do a little bit better in Rainbow Six Siege. Say a little bit better. Managed to not shoot my own teammates, or I only destroyed one gadget of my team. You know, slightly better. Yeah, I'll go Hanzo for this. Yeah, they probably will have a healer better than 2 in it. My Saturday, however, started off with a fairly inauspicious way in that I woke up with an extraordinarily painful cramp in my leg, which still has not entirely gone. And I somehow on Saturday had a extraordinarily vicious migraine because I threw up a lot in the space of a short amount of time. It was gross. Right, here they go. I'll do the scatter. So yeah, so my Saturday did not start out well. I have no idea what that's in relation to in the text. I'm glad that a long while ago I moved the text box on this to be lower down. But yeah, so my weekend's been a bit weird. It's the best way to put it. Cannot tag Lunara with a shot. Yeah. But yeah, so as planned, doing this today, and we'll be continuing to do this week when I'm streaming. My hope is, of course, that on either tomorrow or Wednesday, still have yet to actually figure it out, Evil Genius 2 will release and I'll stream that. And that should be fun because I really enjoyed the original when I was a kid. So it'd be kind of nice to play something that, you know, a remake of something old. Although what I would love to play, and I've stated time and time again, would be a remake of an old casino management sim game called Casino Inc., which may be one of the most batshit insane games I have ever played. Because it was a casino game where they really went heavy on the sort of like the seedy underbelly sort of idea. So you had stuff. So you had stuff like you could have hitmen and cheats and stuff like that, and it got really silly. I played that game for a while. I loved that game, and I would love to see someone remake it. Kind of like how like I would also love to see them like do a new theme park world, stuff like that. There's so many games I would love for them to remake. And my hope is obviously that with stuff like 2 Point Hospital being a thing now, that Jesus Christ, that stuff like that is a possibility. That maybe the people that made 2 Point will start making some of the stuff similar to the sort of theme, old theme world games. That is the hope, at least. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Backing up, backing up. Back off there for a second. Basically scatter cooldown, no. Base attacks and stormbolt, we'll do that. Damn! I was so close with that one. Yeah, like we don't know you're gonna go hideout. Quite quickly got out the shot I need. But yeah, so I'm just doing the so I'm just doing the ARAM stuff because it just helps to warm me up and also helps when I'm feeling a bit sleepy as well as I am right now. Still not fine. I'm close to waking, like fully feeling like woken up. Not too bad. I actually thought it'd be a lot worse. The actual problem is that this team is, like they are irritatingly strong. That is the major problem with this ARAM. No. Across the bow. God damn it. But, so it should be interesting, I'd say. Gotta. So I'm going to try and put in some like solid time and trying to get a rank up. I played a couple of games last night. The one went well, the other one didn't. I'm still keeping up my consistent playing as Orphea and doing stupidly well as Orphea. I am like extraordinarily cocky and confident if I'm playing Orphea. Son of a
Thank you, healer.
That is consistently the one problem I have with hands. Oh god, nope, nope. With hands out, it's trying to get the angle. Yeah, the pro. I mean, we're not doing too bad because we're keeping it on track with them, but it's the problem that, of course, they do have protection, which is a problem for us. And they also have a ridiculous amount of range. Actually, their team, despite being very low on like healing, is actually troublingly good in just due to their mix. So the mix of characters they've got. Got him. Don't know why she pushed in. Like, that was a terrible move. Base test scan ready, bonus damage. This ARAM is always going to be a bit difficult, just due to the fact that they've got a stupid amount of range. I'd also do better if I didn't miss like a goddamn idiot. Yep.
Killing spree.
Got it. That's the attacker keeps doing the exact same trick. If he keeps doing the exact same trick, we are going to notice he's doing it. That's kind of the problem if you do the exact same trick all the time. People do tend to notice. Okay. Oh, that's not good. And this stuff is just... I actually wondered, did R2 take the reduced cooldown basic attacks? Yeah. She's doing what she can for healing, but the problem is they've got... So I'm trying to think. Lunara can take self-heal if she's taken that. Yep, which she has. Tychus has taken the heal. Yep, and he's done it the smart way instead of the dumb way. So yeah, that's the issue. They've all got a lot of self-heal. Like there's a smart way to do it and there's a dumb way to do it. And the dumb way to do it involves people taking taking the heal after minigun expires, but then they take the extension. Oops. And it really doesn't do well for them. Nope, I misjudged the shot there.
That was good.
Double kill.
Tell the dryads about this.
Triple kill.
The dragon hungers. I will strike you.
Here's the issue, we just need to
Thank you,
find a fucking simple geometry. That's not long enough. Whoop. That's all I was looking for. Just look for that one move. Kidding me with that. Yeah, she was about to do anything there. Got me. She must have clipped me with like the tiniest of margins. The tiniest of margins. So very annoying. But our team is just not designed for this. I could have trying to think of what else I could have played as possibility, but they've just this stuff is just way too strong.
Guide my blade.
Whew, I feel like I've woken up a bit more. That's good.
Ignore all distractions.
Alert. Your core is under attack. Enemy inhibitor terminated.
You fight with such passion.
Vital signs negative.
The issue is we just need that moment of push.
See through the dragon's
Not being helpful, mate. Utter lack of talent. There we go. Right. I mean, that's the thing. If the Haka can catch someone or we can slow someone, we'd be okay. Right. Damn.
Warning. Core under attack by hostile forces.
Fucking Tychus. Run around us. The problem is it means he's going to just do this all the time now.
perfect.
What it's literally going to mean is, in a minute, we're going to have somebody else do the exact same thing. Probably Medivh. I'm actually kind of surprised Medivh wasn't there with him. Or what? Wasn't doing the same bullshit trick. Yep, here we go. So there's Medivh going. That's Medivh back. I know. I'm honestly surprised that Medivh did not just fly over and go eliminate the core. I'm actually actively surprised. Oh, fuck's sake. No, of course. Just, yeah, we've got a whole bunch of characters who are not good when someone basically runs in front, right into their face. That's the problem. We've got a lot of squishiness with not a lot to just protect. I think Chromie has a... No, Chromie doesn't have like a healing ability. But she can stay so far out of range that it's impossible for us to do anything.
It's
So,
under attack.
but no, what are you gonna do? It's an ARAM, I don't care.
Life signs.
That's the thing. I use this to practice and test out characters I don't play as often. That's the only reason I play it.
MVP.
Okay. So I'm feeling a little more awake. So, well, let's go. So, probably by the end of this week, I imagine I will... Well, definitely I'll have played 7 more games and be up to 200. But it's, can I get my wins to 100? Can I stop adding to my losses? That's the other bigger question. I also the other day streamed well, I didn't stream, but I did the shared screen on a game of Steam, which was fun. It was Crastronauts. And me and my friends don't do always very well at working together some of the time, and so playing that sort of game was pretty funny. Just due to the fact that people would... Like, I kept trying to sort of direct things because I'm used to playing those sort of games or watching people play, like watching those sort of games being played, and it was just ridiculous because it would be a thing of where we'd start and it's like, okay, well, if each one of us takes like one specific role, we'll be fine, do this thing, and then it was just chaos. And it became chaos consistently, and it was funny because the chaos was consistent. There was at one point there was a teleporter that got introduced because Crastronauts is basically Overcooked, but on a spaceship. Although actually I realized afterwards it's more like FTL if you were inside the ship. If you were like fully inside the ship. And so there were just great, ridiculous moments where there were just many problems. Yep, doesn't surprise that Falstad's got banned. Because there were bits where, like, they introduced there was a teleporter, but we didn't realize it was a teleporter. We thought it was like a recharge station. So we suddenly realized there's shouts back and forth about who needs what and where. And playing those sort of games is always, I think, one of my favorite things to do. It's a thing that I would potentially look to stream, because it's a lot more active than
Let the Inquisition commence.
Okay, trolling.
Locked and loaded.
But it's a lot more of an active sort of game in comparison to stuff like when I streamed 7 Days to Die and I had other people playing at the same time. Although I do know now, at least, that I think if I did stream 7 Days to Die, I could actually get it so that I can hear the audio on Discord and not the stream. Well, I'm going to stay with Orphea because I know I can wreck Deathwing with Orphea. He's a huge ass target, and I can hit. I do wonder if Zeratul is a good idea for this, just due to the stuff like Azmodan and Deathwing. I mean, the Tychus wouldn't go amiss.
For the Nexus.
That's not good when someone basically just goes, only really plays. Let's just look. He's played 21 games as Zeratul. But silver level 4. So you gotta think he's not done too badly. He's won more than half his games. You know, I look at that, I sort of take that as a... He played Zeratul in the game where there were no characters he could do against. He played Zeratul in the game where there were no characters he could really take on. That does... The good thing is I'm confident with Orphea. I'm confident with Orphea, and they have no characters who can really cause me problems, and I can wreck Deathwing. So I shall let my abilities speak for themselves. Hopefully. Hopefully they shall speak for themselves. Oh boy. It isn't good when you look at someone's match history and you see the last 2 games they played with Zeratul and maybe not understood what Zeratul works it with and against. That's always a bit of a problem. I did the other day pop back into Crash Bandicoot 4 and have completed everything on the first. I think I think I've done everything on the first level. I don't think I did everything except for the gold relic. The only one I didn't do was the only one I haven't been able to do is the gold relic for time trial, because it expects you to complete that first level in under a minute, and the best I've done is a minute 20, which was minute 19, which is what got me the silver. So.
3, 2, 1. It's your turn to defend the Nexus.
Okay, so 2 problems. 1, Diablo hasn't moved, and 2, Zeratul is moving on his own at the bottom like a crazy person. So the thing we can best hope for is that they really don't know what they're doing. God damn, how did I miss that? See, Zeratul could go up top and bully Azmodan. He is not. That is a problem. I, however, will go up top and bully Azmodan, because I am a problem. He does realise that's the slowest possible way he can get. Oh, you motherfucker. You motherfucker. Get out of the range, get out of the range. Okay. Do not engage Asmodan. Their team is playing better than ours is because our entire fucking team is staying in the middle.
I won't give up that easily.
We do have an issue that we don't have any major lane presence. Yeah, let Zeratul should be able to deal with Asmodan. We do have an issue that our team is not perfect. And I use that phrase in the loosest of terms. No. I mean, that's the thing. They give me time to work, I will kill the ever-loving crap out of Deathwing over and over again. That is a promise. Does he think I'm not going to notice him down there? I mean, we've still got the issue of, seriously, where the dick is everybody else?
Why do you have to be part of talent?
Can't mind.
That's impressive.
See, the fun thing is, I will just keep chipping away at Deathwing's health, because that's what I can do. I mean, they are letting me do it over and over again. It's kind of hilarious. Nope. Nope, Demon's coming in.
Gotta pull back for now.
Seriously, once again, they give me time, I will bring them Deathwing's head, and I'll do it sufficiently and efficiently every time. Bring him here, bring him here, bring him here.
Enrich the soil. Or just smell a lot.
Seriously, they wait until I've got frickin' Eternal Feast. Then it gets really funny.
Killing spree.
Whoa. Nope. Okay, where was anybody? Where was anybody? Kind of thought people would have my back. No one did. Jesus. I honestly don't think that some of our team... well, I don't think... don't think some of our team. Zeratul picked a game... Zeratul has foolishly picked a game where none of the characters he can kill quickly.
This is what it takes.
They're not mages, they're not, like, weak, but they're not glass cannons. That's the issue. You know, that's the... Like, I can...
Why do you have to be part of the problem?
We really can't just sit and wait, that's for sure. You want me? Come and get me.
This full track pass.
For fuck's sake.
Much better.
I mean, the fact that nobody has gone for the objective. Because we can't hold it, we don't have the strength. It's kind of fucking hilarious in a really like, horribly hilarious way. Like, the longer this fight goes on, obviously the better for me, because I will just get stronger and stronger, and I will just end them. Nope, they won't. If they want to have that fight, I will let them have that fight, but I will not let them win it. That's for damn sure.
Your enemies just can't keep it together. Hero slain.
Let's try, you dumbass.
Victory must end. Double kill.
The thing is, we've got the strength to take them out. Whether we've got the ability to, is a bit of a different question.
Kill spree.
I would love to do that. White Mane would like to heal me. I would be happy to do this. Yeah, Shadow Waltz skins. I just go heavy on the Shadow Waltz. Yeah, I know to be careful. I love when they do that. I love when they walk right the fuck into it. It's hilarious to me. I love it every time. Really? Really, D-Wing? You want to fight me? You want to fight me in that? Tell you what won't happen if you fight me. You don't win. This team is dysfunctional.
Another corpse in the nexus.
I mean, seriously, I will every time consistently bring them Deathwing's head. Or just give me time and I'll do it. I will work the magic. I will. I mean, the great thing is Deathwing is such a huge fucking target. It's difficult for me to miss. So it makes on point really easy for me to do. No, we don't. We do not have the fucking people to try and do that. Whoa.
Don't ask me where they go.
Needs half back. Needs half back.
Just running away.
Zerbatal keeps saying ask for resistance, but we're not doing it. We don't have the people to take the boss. We don't. We don't have the right build. If we try and take the boss, we'll get caught between a rock and a hard place and we will die. Because the other team will come in, they will stop us if they're paying attention, and that's what will happen. We need to wait for a lull. Please tell me they did not go and try and take the boss themselves. Oh, you morons, you Fucking idiots. I need still percent health. Targeted the wrong person. Love it. Did he really just... Yep, he did. That was the dumbest thing Butcher could do. Now we should try and... Now we should take it. We definitely should not have when they still had a whole bunch of people. I mean, the other team is just as bad, like, dysfunction-wise. But, I mean... Go bottom, but there's so much murdering to be done. And no one else is breaking away. I'm not going to break away on my own. It'd be crazy if you think I'm going to break away on my own then. Question, what's my current... 83,000. Oh, no, fuck it. This is what I... Okay, that's going to be a problem in a second. Oh, please. I'm not in danger. I'll let you know when I'm in danger. Now I'm in danger. Why, yes, he did stupidly turn around and try to murder me. What was the plan there, Deathwing? What was the plan? I can tell you what it wasn't. I can really tell you what it wasn't. I maybe did need to back off and grab some health and stuff, but... I mean, if we wait... There we go. Well done, you're fighting me inside the... inside the power boost that I get from them. It's even worse for them. I honestly believe that might actually be 20 kills as well, and not even like just assists, but I just mean legit 20 kills. I'ma say it. because I am a cocky motherfucker, I carried it. Let's hear it. Let's hear it. Thank you. Oh no, damn! I thought I actually had solid 20 kills. I thought literally with all the crap I had solid 20 kills. 8 kills, 19 assists, 2 deaths. Make that look easy. That guy had no business playing Zero Tool. No business. No business. Let's just look at that. 105,000 points of damage. 105. Because they were so dumb. But yeah, Brilliant Zero Tool did about as much damage, you know, in line with everybody else. You can't all be me. Allow me this little moment of cockiness. I so rarely get it. But yeah. But the fact that he only had like 1 death as well, like he didn't, I don't think he really engaged. I think he did do a lot of wave clear, which is why his XP's gone up. It was up so much. But yeah, but he was around because he got 18 assists, same as I was doing, and I was in the thick of the fighting most of the time, so. I don't know what their team's strategy was. Think about it, they didn't have a tank. Like, they were expecting Deathwing and Thrall to both, like, hold everything, and that was a terrible idea, because they didn't have it. And then the major damage dealer was Butcher and Asmodan. Asmodan's okay, but he doesn't do damage quickly enough until late game, and that was the same issue actually Butcher had. Both Asmodan and Butcher are both late game sort of heroes. Butcher definitely couldn't do anything. Did Butcher ever even... no, it doesn't say if they ever got to the... doesn't say if they got to their 200. I don't think he ever did. Butcher just gets slammed. Whenever I'm cocky playing Orphea, that sort of game is why I'm cocky playing Orphea. Because I have 2 builds. One that's an all-round setup for Orphea, which then takes into account other people having slows and stuns and all those various other effects. And then there's one which is entirely focused on Shadow Waltz. And if I'm using that one, it generally means bigger things are gonna die quick. Especially Deathwing, because Deathwing is extraordinarily susceptible to that build. It's fun. Speaking of, should I do Asmodan for this? I could do Asmodan or I could do Ragnaros, but that's a good lane clears. Oh, you motherfucker. Out of pure spite, I want to get rid of Felstad. Especially given the area. No one's mentioning, no one's saying. Okay, I'm gonna nix Falstad now. And then I'll go for other things. I could play Orphea again, but I don't know. Overload myself. I'm playing Orph. I do see that people would pre-pick though. It's just common courtesy. Okay, if they're wanting to take Naz, then I might take Ragnaros instead. And give me the wave clear then that we need. I don't like the fact that person didn't sort of... Oh, and then someone else is taking to zero anyway. That is a lot of potential lockdowns though, isn't it? Troublingly. Okay, let's look. I'll look in for Max. Gonna go think about what they need. Because we've got a strong front line with Diablo and Rex. So. Not entirely sure I'm Brightwing for this. Just given the potential for heavy hitter damage, but to see. Don't know what if they were going to pick a healer. What healer would they pick? Yeah, Nusa might be. Yeah, let's ban Rafusa. Okay. See, two mages is not always a good plan. And it's a dangerous move to do. Especially with us having Valera as well. Valera can, if they don't pay attention for where Valera is, she'll cut down Mephisto every time. So their team's going to be very... well, our team does have a similar issue. It's a bit of a squishiness in both assassins, but... we do have... we do, however, though, have stuns with Diablo, Polymorph with Brightwing, Valera can silence, Jaina can root. I think I'm the only character on our team who doesn't have a CC ability. Really? I mean, I've got stun with my other ult, but I'm not going to take it for this. On this, it's going to be Lava Wave, so... because Lava Wave is good here. You can use it to do so much things. Definitely still a little tired. I'm thinking to do till about 4, just because I'm still, you know, a little out of it from lack of sleep. But we'll see. It might be a situation. It might be one of the situations where either I play until 4, or it's until I get to the next rank. Because that's the sort of likely combination. So, I mean, the funny thing is those two things might both end up being exactly the same. Because I need to win probably 3 more games, so that's an hour and a half at the very least. Which would take us to, yeah, about 4 o'clock. So yeah, actually might work out entirely. Okay, now we need to break off the lanes. Can't let Zul stand down there pushing the... He stood there and took that entire hit. Yes! Nicely done, V. Oof. Go dry back and close mouth. Those are those early kills we want. There a big old fight going up top, and there seem to be a lot of people all up top. Got him. Although Stukov did well, I'll give Stukov credit. That was a solid silence because it took me a while to get out of it. You consume me. I should listen to some Bennigan Ladies later. I've not listened to them in a while. I'm so sort of overly focused with listening to new stuff. I haven't listened to some of the stuff I normally do. She does need to be careful though about Diablo. Where were you on that one?
Our ally requires our help.
It would be more useful if Brightwing was a bit more sort of like movement based. He doesn't seem to be. There's this issue, so there's where people playing healers don't maybe move in the way they really should be doing. Whoa. Damn, can clear. We've got enough to do it to get the objective, but it doesn't help that characters and people are not really where they sort of need to be. Although we are going to drop that in, so that's good. But we are falling a little behind, which is not great. That doesn't save him, but just Say this, one thing Diablo does not want to do is be freaking distracted by taking on Moradin in a one-on-one fight. Not maybe the best use of his abilities. Nicely nailed. Diablo, you've gone too far. Let's try by though, because I've got absolutely no health. I need to recharge. If we can get to level 10, I can start doing Lava Wave and that. Balls. Lava Wave. Turn it on. Nice, bro. What madness is happening up top? Hey, catching fire here. I still need 4 more for that quest. Yeah, I had to. I would like to pretend I figured it out myself. I had to Google how to do it. Because I know I'd seen other people do it before. And it also works well. It's in a good spot. Although it does mean you don't get to see the Chibi Ragnaros right now. That's the skin I'm using for him. Oh. Front below. Yeah, there's no good spot really to pull a go. Actually, I guess top right maybe.
These mercenaries could be of use to us.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know often how much people really want to see the gameplay. At least for this. So, always useful to have extra eyes on the map, stuff like that. Run, alert, run. Ah, damn it. Oh, Diablo, why are you taking a camp? Why are you doing this? Wow, they really want to murder the crap out of me on that one. Actually, do we have anyone who can... Oh, actually, yes. Has Brightwing taken bribe? Brightwing did not take bribe. What would be useful? Ooh, nice loot.
This world will burn with my vengeance.
Our ally requires our help.
The Firelands call. Choose a talent. By fire be purged. Kill them. Double kill.
Destroy this fort.
That's the way to do it. Right, what do I want? Oh, armor when stunned. Of course. That was an interesting move that Mephisto tried to do, but it wasn't really going to work. And lockdown only really works if you've got extra people with you. Too much on his own. Oop, I've got enough to... Okay, that stops Mephisto from being able to drop anything else in for the moment. I'm gonna run. There we go, I'm going to break off from him. Still... well, so about 3 years. So not since the game came out, as I have seen other people do. But yeah. I started playing it a lot, mainly due to not like having a lot of people to sort of play stuff with, because I didn't really know anyone else who did. Whereas now I actually have basically an entire group of friends who do play it, but we don't tend to do ranked. I do with one of my friends, but not. I tend to be the person who's weirdly serious about ranked. Just, oh, let's get it. Yeah, let's get it. Yeah, I do really enjoy it though. It's like it's one of the few games I kind of get really weirdly serious about. Right, what do I want here? Yeah. Want Furious Smash. Yeah. My currently one of my I'm planning to do is like for this week for streaming is play a lot of heroes due to the fact that the current ranked season is going to end this week. So I'm basically trying to get my rank up, and it has not been going well over the past few weeks. Because I've been stuck in that weird little thing where you win a game, lose a game, win a game, lose a game. And it's often as much my plays as it is anyone else's. You get back in, Naz. Yeah, they've definitely improved it over the last couple of years. Like some of the additions they've made are interesting. Nicely done. I have had those streaks in ranked, and it's definitely a solid sort of feeling to it. I kept doing the ones I was doing it with was playing as Orphea, because I've apparently become extraordinarily terrifying playing as Orphea. Don't know how, just have. Okay, I'm sending a lava wave down here to block this up. Got him. Ooh, Naz tried to catch us. Yeah, I started. I think I started off with Naz early on. And Rhaegar was the character who kind of got me into the habit of tapping Z to mount instead of clicking it, because obviously part of Rhaegar's set is using his mount to attack. It was very useful. I have a friend who likes playing Rhaegar as well. I tend to play Morales more, but that's because a lot simpler of a healer and usually a lot more powerful of a heal. Yeah, my solid favourite at the moment has been playing as Orphea though, because I've got I can just keep playing these insane games where I do massive amounts of damage, and it's just ridiculous. I did it earlier. I don't know if you can scroll back on the stream to check, but it was ridiculous. Get out of my way, Moradin. Alright, lava wave still got 17 seconds. Yeah, I've wondered about doing that, like changing my keybinds. But I'm so used to the standard ones now. I think it would harm me more than help. God damn, I hate that Nazal when you can just sit there. Can I drop my can health?
What to burn first?
That is an interesting way to play it. I definitely could not play it that way. I can understand that setup though. That is interesting. That's a very different way to play it in comparison. I should definitely look into maybe doing something like that, because the number of times I've had to nudge the camera with my mouse as I have to do on this. Oh, nope, too late for that right wing. Love Search has 2 waves. Yeah, I've never fully looked into like try to change up my settings. Could be an interesting thing to see, but I do perfectly well as it is, I think, well, when I do. So it's when I play someone who I'm a little less confident with that causes problems. Okay, nope. Nope, that's just guard dog lords. Wow, they were angry. Yeah, I can understand that if you're switching between certain characters. That does make sense. Has the bottom line's taken a hell of a beating with that one. We've not done too bad with the top. Definitely feel like the boss needs to be grabbed.
Bring them. Bring me their powers. I these mercenaries to my will. Now you
I can. Oh, I would have. Weird. I would have thought that they've gone for the boss. Strange. Oh, right. Yeah, I don't tend to change up my keybinds. I do confuse my friends though, because they all tend to play on like keyboard and mouse, and I, if I can, will tend to play as controller because I'm just more used to it. Yeah, so I do stuff like I play Rainbow Six Siege on here on my computer with my friends, and then baffle them because I use my controller. Why is Diablo so deep in? That's not a good thing. That's not where he wants to be. Oh, good. Yeah. Wow, there's wildly trapped us. I didn't think about that. Yeah, they've got Naz to trap, Zul to trap, and there's wow, that is a heavy rooting trap team. Didn't think about it. Oh, nothing can be done. Don't know if Valera was a good one for that one. Don't know if Ragnaros was.
MVP.
Yeah, one death to Nazebo, who really were not focusing on. And thanks for the follow as well, Spirin. I'm guessing Spirin. It looks like I'm just reading hours out. It looks. Spirin. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, so currently I'm playing this today, and then either Tuesday or Wednesday, once I figure out when it's out. Which I think when I looked at it the other day, it was... I can't remember now. My intention is to play Evil Genius 2 when it comes out, but I need to double check when it's actually released. Because it's released on the 30th, which obviously is tomorrow. I think it's released at about 3, so I might stream on a day I don't tend to, and play that. Cursed Hollow, oh yeah, Cursed Hollow when they got rid of Diablo. Can't have my normal fun. So they're doing Mephisto, and I don't really want to double it with Orphea. Okay, I'm definitely taking tanks, that's fine. I'm trying to think actually, who's more problematic? Cursed Hollow if you can't do Diablo. Don't want to do double mage, don't do double mage for the love of God.
My blades are yours.
Yeah, I played the original back when it came out. It's one of those few games I can remember playing a lot of, despite having absolutely no understanding of how to play it. And I bought it on Steam actually for quite cheap, and I tried playing it again, and I sort of understood things a bit better. I'm hoping they've fixed, or I'm hoping that the way you get money is not going to be as problematic, because that was the problem. No, I'm thinking Morganis. Yeah. I got Morganis, I got stuns, and I got slows. It's weird. Yeah, I quite like management games in similar sort of vein. I think I have that on my wish list. I've just never picked it up. There's a lot of games on my wish list that I've just never picked up. It's funny, I was talking about this earlier, just sort of quietly to myself most of the time, because I don't tend to get a lot of interaction like this. It's quite nice. Where I was talking about, there's an old game called Casino Inc. And you can actually get it on Steam, and the expansion to it on Steam. And it's a very bizarre game in a way. Yeah, it does. I do think I would enjoy playing Frostpunk. I think I would like that game. But Casino Inc. is a weird game in that it's a casino management game, but interestingly they went with a very odd route with it, where during the course of the game you can hire people like cheats to go to other casinos, or thugs to cause disturbances, all the way up to hitmen that you can send to other casinos to basically cause mass panic. And I've got to imagine though, in today's current climate, yeah, maybe not the best of games. But it's just such an insane thing, and I just remember it so clearly from when I was playing when I was younger, because it's just like, this is just wild. But I guess actually depending on where you are, that same sort of idea, maybe it's not as wild. It's always dependent. Obviously, England here, so don't have the same sort of issues as maybe sort of America does in that regard, which is always the question. It's the balance. But no, I do want to go back to sort of building sort of games though, because I do enjoy them. Oh, I'm going to be forced to kill Orphea. That's not good. Alright, nice. That's probably one of the few places within England where someone mentioned it and I go, oh, I actually do kind of know where that is. Terrible for geography. It was terrible for most things, let alone geography. Alright. So Kogan, Orphea. Actually, if I can assist Lunara, I should be able to shut down Orphea.
Prepare yourself for battle, heroes.
Oh, great. Can't believe I got stuck on a team.
Yeah, it does. And it's certainly that for me as well. I just think they're not much for physical armor, they're mostly ability damage.
The battle begins in 10 seconds. 5,
So
3.
still not a terrible idea for some of.
Let the battle begin.
But I don't think Kerrigan's going to go after me as much. I'm going to take the additional health. There was a word there, I butchered it. Okay, someone needs to go and down deal with Sagara. Sagara's problem. Does Stitches really think I'm going to walk and fight him under a tower? 'Cause that ain't happening. I'm dumb, but I'm not that dumb. I'm definitely that dumb. Okay, Lunara's gone to deal with. Good. For some reason, Stitches has gone to deal with. Try to fight Sonya. Seems weird. Okay, you two have a nap. I run away. Nope. What was Rhaegar doing there exactly? That's still. Oh, Sonya. Up top.
Choose a talent.
Oh, damn. That is annoying. They just slipped away. First tribute is down the bottom. Okay.
In my favor.
We didn't need to move down with 15 seconds still to go with the tribute, but makes sense. Okay, we need everybody. There is everybody. Actually, I'm quite glad I took that increased armor. Especially against all. That's admittedly the exact same trick I would do. Okay, just gotta let my health regain. Good, good. I'm gonna grab the objective while they're chasing down everybody else. After this, with all claws and space test some damage to heavy armor. Sisters of Fell Claws. Cause first still once in this one is it? Don't know what to pick here.
I suggest we take this mercenary camp.
Choose a talent.
Probably best to do that major amount of damage.
I grow tired of your petty squabbling. Gather truth. Earn my favor. Killing.
Whoa! Nope. Sleepy time for use, Kerrigan. Oh, sorry. Why did she not half? Why did she decide to engage? It's not going to be a good move. And why in the world did Lucio go the way that would put him right in front of everybody else? That's not good. Please tell me Lucio did not run directly behind them. Oop, nope. Do not know what you're complaining about, dude. Don't speak Russian. Well, not unfortunately, because if you're bitching at me, I wouldn't want to know. I don't know what Mephisto exactly expects me to do there. Like, I was trying to keep them off him. There's not much I can do if 2 people are chasing him down. Baffling. I do think, though, Dark Conversion is going to be going my way. Yep.
Or face the curse. The choice is simple.
Okay, Sonya's grabbed the camp. That's good. That was a very well-timed ult by Orphea. Scarily so. Kinda wish we just had a bit more AoE. Just something with a little more power to it. Mephistos are well and good, but kind of wish, I don't know, Chromie, Jaina. Actually, funnily enough, I've not seen a Li Ming. I've not seen a single person go Li Ming at all today, which is surprising, because she is usually the go-to mage. Actually, yeah, I am really surprised. Why did they go Mephisto if Li Ming was an option? Li Ming on here is an absolute nightmare.
Well done.
Okay, run to the top.
Shall we see who gathers enough tribute this time?
That's why we step out of the ult before we fight her. Although I'll give her credit, that was a good move. Out of the way.
That seems generous.
Increase move speed, so that'll help against chasing. Oh, god damn it. Man, some of their timings are really good. Okay, so why did Sonya come back in and decide to go to the bottom lane? Was a good idea. But no, I just wish we had someone just a little stronger on ability damage, someone who could hit sort of the AoEs. Because that is what we need. We need that. We need the burst damage, and we don't really have it. I don't know if that's just me projecting my own lack of play with Mephisto. So I am not great with them.
Perhaps now you realize its value, yes?
Actually, the real issue is we don't have a great amount of wave clear either.
Choose a talent.
Turbo relative to health, yeah. Okay, gee, blindness a bat. Last thing I need is being unable to see. God, it is always the same thing. Like, if you stand still at all, you damn well know that Zagara's going to use her bloody ult. Nope. Refused to let her get away on that one. Whoops, step out of the way. Okay, we do still want to go back and defend that. Okay, we're not doing too badly actually. Because we're one level ahead. It's a lot better than can be sometimes.
Gather tribute. Because the choice is simple.
Maybe I'll touch early on the boss though. Could have maybe waited until the next tribute was up. But of course it will draw their entire attention, so that's good. Get rid of you.
We're on top of the world, baby.
I do it. It is clever. Zagara's creep allows it to see so much of the map, but it is so problematic as well. They've placed it well. This is going to be very dangerous though. Nope, they've seen it. They've seen it. They know. Yeah, to back off. To back off.
I grow tired of your petty gather tribute. Earn my favor.
We're gonna have a problem in about 5 seconds. Yep, that's the problem. Nope. Dodge it. Staying on the point. Jesus. How in the goddamn world did that happen? And what's great is we've now got the point. We've got the curse as well, which is going to absolutely destroy them. All I can think there, I would have to go back and watch a replay to check, is that Mal'Ganis' healing meant I was able to stay on that point way longer than anybody else. I also think a very good use of Dark Conversion helped as well.
This fort must be destroyed.
I like how Stitch is just like, should I attack them? Should I attack them? Should I attack them? I mean, we could go and do, well, destroy other stuff and leave. And just, yeah. That was really stupid. That luckily didn't get me killed. Stupid idiot. I put dark conversion on a person with low health. I need to remember that doesn't... Ugh. Almost got myself killed. That's not good. That was impressive. That was solid turnaround. I really thought we were gonna lose. For some reason, I completely forgot what dark conversion did. I was just thinking about, oh, I can damage everybody. What self-heal that did? Yeah, 28. Alright. So yeah, 3 games, maybe 4. Definitely 4. Yeah, I've played an insane amount of games as an assassin. I've played an insane amount of games. I do wish they would do another event, release some more skins. I actually kind of wish they would do some new skins for Ragnaros, because he's never gotten any new ones. He's only got his originals. I always feel I weirdly feel bad for that. I feel bad for Ragnaros only having like his base skins and then his chibi version. Okay. Why, game, must you give me the ban? Don't want it. Don't want the pressure. That does not surprise me that Falstad got banned. He has become a huge problem since the patch, and nobody wants to deal with that shit. Thinking Deathwing's a problem, but I don't know if they... Actually, now let's go standard favorite. I think it's the role I've ended up playing a lot. It is the one where there is more to do, like, because I've seen it. If you're a tank, you have got one thing to do, essentially, which is cover your team, and the healers, same sort of thing. Yeah. I think it's just that there's more assassins, so I've tended to play them more. And that's how it's ended up being sort of, not so much my favourite role, but just the role I've tended to play. I should not do Orphea here. I should not do Orphea. Brightwing and Lunara are too much of a problem. Brightwing will shut me down and Lunara will chase me to the ends of the frickin' earth. Yeah, I should do fine. Yeah. like it's funny because I've set my favorites for my characters, and so you can see like Orpheus, Zahoria, Ragnaros, Uriel, Jaina, Diablo, Imperius, and Lili are my sort of favorite characters, or the ones I tend to play more in the various respective roles. Although I do love playing Azmodan as well. Azmodan is fun. Okay, they let that slip. That's not good for them. Right, who would cause problems? Joanna would cause problems. She would block Sujin. And they've already taken the healer, so they're not going to pick Lili, so she can't blind either. Unless they did double healer, but that would be very strange. I do think that it is just... If you just look at the number of assassins against the number of other roles that are available, you're going to end up playing a lot of games with assassins, especially if you're trying to get them up to like 15. Yeah, still happy playing Jaina.
Balloon, grant us strength.
So, yeah. So what tank are they going to go with? Yeah, Moradin. Makes sense. Standard all-round tank and can cause havoc. I, in ranks, tend to just play whatever's needed. But I have tended to lean slightly more to, especially recently, with doing as well as with Orphea, I tend to play it. Yeah, that is a good way to do it, actually, to play healers in stuff, because teams always need healers. People really don't want to play it, for some reason. Admittedly, my first few games as a healer were not great, because I got shouted at, because, you know, you sometimes get those players who think, oh, it's your responsibility to keep you from dying. It's like, no, it's my responsibility to keep you healthy. Dying is your problem. But I will try. Yeah, I tend to when I play Dungeons and Dragons, play healers a lot of the time. Like I know people are not going to pick it. I will go and do that because it's always vital and it's useful.
Hey, my favorite teammate!
Come, the battle awaits us.
Right. It's a lingering chill sort of game. Or... No, they've got physical attackers. I want to go in my first build. Second build.
Commencing in 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let the battle begin.
Yeah, D&D's if you can find like a good group of people to play with, D&D's really fun. I do know that obviously that stuff like Adventure League, which is like the society play for D&D, isn't quite as prevalent elsewhere in like England, because we've had discussions. I've had discussions with the guy who runs ours, and that's just the way it is. I don't know why not as many people sort of seem to want to run the organised play stuff as much in England, but they really don't. So it does cause problems. Yeah, I at the moment play 2 games of D&D at the moment. I play one on a Monday night, so I'll be playing it later today, which I will need to set up for in a little while because I've just got to check over stuff. And then I play a game on Saturday, which has continued to be more and more ridiculous as things have gone on. Mainly due to shenanigans that I don't want to talk about on stream because I don't know if my friends are watching, and if they know one of the bit of shenanigans I did, they wouldn't be happy with me. Well, one of them wouldn't be happy with me. I took something of his. That he kind of knows that my character's probably taken it, but he has no proof. And every time he asks me about it, I lie. That's where the fun is. Yeah, it's interesting. There's it's not a cleric, but it's a paladin subclass. There is sorry, it's done that. I think it's like there's a pacifist paladin that you can do, who at later levels you actually have it set up where you don't attack, but if anyone does attack you, it damages them. Because I would say the only problem with that idea is that that sort of limits what you can do. Oh, that's not good. And that's the only problem with that thought, that it will unfortunately limit your playing to build a character like that. In a homebrew game where you've got more control, that will be fine. But there's always an issue with ideas like that where it kind of struggles, at least in sort of like the AL stuff or the organized stuff, because those are all built to basically you have to cause damage, and so a lot of people do end up like maxing out for damage. And sometimes it gets ridiculous, and sometimes I get annoyed with them, but that's just drawback. Yeah, I would say D&D is a good starting point for role-playing games if you've never quite had the chance to play them before. Because I've played D&D for quite a while, and then I started playing Starfinder, which is definitely a very different experience overall. And I would love to actually play Starfinder again at some point. But it's been put on hold at the moment due to the epidemic. Or the human malware, as a certain YouTube channel likes to call it. Actually, that is a question. If I did say that word on YouTube, on Twitch, then it goes to YouTube, would I have issues? I don't want to find that out. It's not a question I want to find the answer to. Yeah, that's a good way to do it. Play it with like people you know, and you'll get. It's either find like a good group or play with people you know. It's always definitely a good way to do it.
Sounds interesting.
Nope. Oh god, Luna was chasing me. I am. At least I got some extra points there. Yeah, there's. I would have to check. The funny thing is, all of my D&D books for like character building stuff are literally next to me. Like they're just literally down to my left. So I would think that if you want to play that character as like a pacifist, I swear there is a paladin. From I'm trying to think. It's not in the player's handbook. It's not with the original. It was a later edition. What would it have been? It would have been.
Resorting to violence.
It might have been Xanthar's. I'm trying to think of what else is in the book. It could be Xanthar's, or it could have been Sword Coast. But there is definitely a character who works off the idea of being a pacifist. But I would have to look it up. I'd have to rifle through it. Yes, that definitely sounds like it. Oh god, I'm getting chased. It's no good. Go. I think it's the Oath of Mercy. I think it's the Oath of Mercy. That sounds about right, from what I remember.
I've got a good feeling about this.
For the love of... Okay, now, we are severely out of alignment in our position on this. Yeah, I think if you did go for Mercy Paladin, that would work better with your design, like especially later on. Because the late game stuff they get is great for that idea of being a pacifist character.
Let's try that again.
Okay, that's not good. This is definitely a Ring of Frost sort of situation. Yeah. I would just say is have a look at it and think, well, I mean, if you want to play a cleric, you know. Because you could still do it in exactly the same way. I guess it just depends at the end of the day what spells stuff you want to take. Because paladins don't tend to use spells as much. Oh, Jesus Christ, again. If I'm not getting jumped by Lunara, I'm getting jumped by Moradin. He is going to die in a minute when they immediately attack him. Yeah. Unkillable's great, but you need to make sure you've got someone there to give you health when it's about to finish.
It takes more than that to keep me down.
We could have done with a Lily more than a Furion. We needed someone to really block off that basic attack damage.
Sounds interesting.
Yeah, I've built characters on Hero Forge. I've actually I actually backed the Kickstarter when they did the colour ones, and they are both currently the ones I backed are sat in the cupboard. I've got like a glass fronted cupboard so I can see them, and they are of the level 20 monk that I have called Li Ming, and then another character who's just one I consistently go back to and play. Ooh, can we do a boss steal? I would like a boss steal. Damn it. Nope. Boss steal! Yeah, I mean, if you're playing a cleric, then you would have access to slightly more powerful weapons, because the dagger's not great, but I guess if you're playing a cleric, you're more likely probably to use your cantrips than you are to use a melee attack, depending on the character you're playing, at least. I gotta admit, it has been a long while since I've been able to talk to someone about a character they're making, because that's the sort of thing I'd have done playing in Manchester. If someone was building a character, I love talking about it, and I love getting stuff set up. Damage into targets. Need the shield. Yeah, because depending on what domain you'd be playing with your cleric would then depend on obviously your equipment. Because some of them get stuff like heavy armor, which allows them to be a lot more sort of frontline and fightery, which can be really good. And then other ones, don't get that sort of additional armor. Like I know the light domain doesn't. They get, because they just get normal armor instead of like the medium, instead of the heavy armor that you can get. But there's, yeah, that makes sense for your character. I mean, that's the fun thing with like D&D, especially early on. Like, you've got so many choices and stuff you can do. It's, entirely up to you. And then when you go into other tabletop RPGs, you discover they have even more choices, and it gets even more ridiculous. Starfinder especially has that sort of thing. What you can build in Starfinder is insane. Nice. We can pin down Lunara, that's the best for us.
My temple's power has been
Yeah, I struggle to remember the various domains if they're not the base ones. Base ones are the ones I'm more used to. Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. No, I don't know if that is protect me from that. Yeah, if you've got like a solid idea in mind, then I just just run with it. Do that. So let's do load armor.
is under attack.
I built a cleric once who I didn't get a chance to play as because I ended up running one of the games that we were doing instead of being able to play the character, who was she was the light domain, so light domain elf, and it was this idea of basically, she would give people two options: either worship the sun as she did, or burn. And so it was essentially this slightly over zealous elf, and because a lot of the light domain stuff is all fire based, and it is ridiculously fun at that point. I cannot get close, so Lunara will. Lunara stopped me the minute I even approach. Yeah, I would say with DMing, like, it's just a basic rule: is don't get too worked up by it. Remember, it's you are there to have as much fun as they are. And as long as you if you're having fun, they will likely be having fun. Well, hopefully. I've read enough RPG horror stories where that is not necessarily the truth. Yeah. But I've always, just as a DM, just tried to make it entertaining. Like, I'll try to put in stupid, funny bits, stupid stuff to make them laugh. Like, there's a game I was running in the store in Manchester that... they had to go into this place called Skullport, which is basically like a town underneath a mountain, lots of sort of shady illegal trading and stuff like that. And the reason it's called Skullport is because it is home to a ridiculous amount of flame skulls, which, depending on how much you've played D&D, are basically floating skulls that like to throw fireballs and can talk, and they're basically a little crazy. So I decided, because it's so sort of on par with what I would tend to do, to have the flame skulls consistently just be there, just be weird. So at one point, the paladin for the party did a divine sense to try and locate the creature they were trying to find, and suddenly felt this massive sort of undead presence behind him, only to see a whole bunch of flame skulls, Jesus Christ, it's Lunara, staring at him through a window, and with all of them then suddenly going, "Ooh, you're in trouble," and he was baffled. But it was probably one of the best moments I've ever had in a game, because it completely confused them. He was unsure what's trouble. But sometimes you just have to just be a little weird. God damn. Yeah, that's always a good way to do it. If you have the most knowledge, you can lead people through, and if you're playing with people then you can take your time with it, and it just works. I've DM'd for people who've played the game a lot longer than I have. They've been playing it since before I was even born, which is shocking. Even at the age of 30, well, almost the age of 30. And I've DM'd for people who are younger than me, who've only just started playing it. And the people who are younger always tend to be very enthusiastic, but they are always the problem ones as well. Their enthusiasm leads them to be a little sillier. Yeah, I would say because obviously with Critical Role they obviously have quite a knowledge to the thing, is that have a read through, like look at, like try and find some like basic knowledge stuff, because I haven't watched Critical Role stuff. I've tried watching videos of people playing D&D and I don't often find it super interesting to watch. There's actually one I do want to get back to watching, which is the one Rooster Teeth did for Ruby, because that actually was quite interesting, and the software they were using for it was interesting, and I wanted to see more of how that looked. But yeah, I would say just read through, because trying to do stuff offhand like that might be a bit tricky, especially because obviously I know, having had conversations with people, that Matthew Mercer does tend to put his own little twists on things. Yeah, I've got the so I'm trying to think, like I'm probably like 20 seconds behind with everything as I'm reading and saying these things. Yeah, I've got the first graphic novel they did for Adventure Zone, and I quite enjoyed it, and I do need to pick up more of them at some point. I should probably be banning Gazlo at this point. She might not do Orphea on Towers of Doom. She'd be too confined potentially by some of the other bits. Yeah, I know. I know there is a second one of them out. I just haven't gotten it. I don't know if there's any more past that. I play enough D&D though to not want to then watch people playing it as well for the most part. Putting down that one. I worked something out that was good against Falstad. What did I work it out? Who was it? Somebody could negate Falstad. Stukov's silence negated Falstad. That was what I kept using against him. Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me. There's 3 or 4 of them. I am behind on stuff like that. I haven't been in some of the local comic shop that I go into for probably about a year and a bit now, actually thinking about it, with the pandemic stuff going on. Okay. We've got Pick there. So if we take Li Ming, who are they likely to take in response? Oh, nope. Ah. I wish people didn't say things like that, because my quick reaction is to go and do it, and then I almost ban something someone was going to take. Ugh. I swear, sometimes the autism is just a little problematic, because it's way too blunt. Just does not think about how this works. Stukov will be good against Falstad, because I can stop his stupid lightning. Stupid overpowered lightning that they need to fix. Because I'm betting now. I'm betting that Falstad will do the triple lightning take for the talents. I bet he will, because everyone keeps doing it. Just think about that. Yeah, I probably haven't been in the local comic shop that I usually go into for about a year and a bit, which is weird to think about. Like it's weird to think that I went to Manchester at one point, went into that shop, and then haven't been in since. When it used to be like it was a consistent thing on my way in and out of going to play stuff like going to play D&D. It's actually funny to think that before the pandemic stuff hit, I was playing essentially 3 games of D&D a week. Yeah, it really did. It really did feel like it went by way quicker than anyone would have expected. We did try doing the Adventure League stuff online, like through Roll20 and Discord, but not a lot of people were showing up for it. Not in comparison. Like we had in the shop in Manchester where we play, we had at one point 60 people playing. 60 people purely coming to the shop that would play D&D, and it was insane seeing that number of people because we had, we had multiple DMs, these discussions going on behind the scenes on their Facebook and stuff, and it was really impressive. And then the minute we go, hey, let's move it to online, everyone left. So maybe at some point we'll get people back, and it will be interesting once again, because I miss that. I miss talking to people and playing D&D across a table. There is something about it that you cannot replicate playing it across Discord. I think it's the smug looks. I think that's what I miss the most. Voices do not carry the contempt that I sometimes have. That is an odd team they've put together, but I am betting that Abathor and Falstad are going to double up. One day, I will work out how to stop the sound of the can being opened popping up on the microphone. I think the only way I'm going to do that, though, is if... yeah, I'm going to do basic attacks to have ranged and slow. The only way I'm going to... I think the only way I can stop the sound of the can popping up on the microphone is if I change a setting on OBS. But then the problem is if I do that, it has effects on the gameplay. I could look into trying to I've got an old computer I could potentially try and use as like a streaming machine. I didn't think about it. Okay, they've got an odd and annoying team. It is, but it's more just a force of habit of really really disliking oh nice disliking extraneous sounds popping up. It's just an old habit from making YouTube videos and stuff like that, which I often say I will get back to, and then, well, I know that's a lie at this point. I do want to, but I just cannot focus on making them. I have had it though with them, because I use the same setup to talk to people just normally. And so my brother often comments on the fact that my setup looks like I'm hosting a podcast. It's like, no, just dedicated to my sort of audio setups. That's what happens when you go to university and you learn about film production. You can't enjoy movies anymore, and you are way too obsessed with audio and video quality. Healing pathogen grants basic armor. Yes, healing pathogen grants physical armor would be great on this, because both of their major damage dealers are physical damage. My skill shots could be better.
The altars are ready. Ready yourselves. We must claim them first.
Good. Whoa! Damn it, I couldn't catch it quickly enough in...
The altars are ready. Capture them, heroes, and be
Okay, I have got to love when stuff like that happens. Just watching Tracer try and run away and instead run into Leeming's attack.
Your doom, Gravekeeper.
Okay, we're doing okay. We're a level ahead.
Oppose the
Yeah, I've always had like a solid intro. Like it's tended to be like animation. A lot for me. I want to write and make. Like, I can't draw, but love the money. But I want to make like animated shows. I want to write and make them. And I've written stuff like that. I went to like the final project I did for university was legitimately making it was writing a script for an animated show, and I wrote full Crucible Storage. I wrote and had to write 4 episodes for it as my end project. That was interesting. Quickly. Yeah, I've always liked film though, and always like come up with ideas and stuff. And it lends itself better to me not being great at like not so much writing, but just understanding the rules of writing. So I can come up with story ideas, stuff like that, really easily, but trying to write a novel specifically would be difficult for me. God damn it, Tracer! Stop charging me. Yeah, I still want to be and hope to be a screenwriter. Let's back off. There we go. Tracer might have killed me, but I took her out with me. Yeah, I've done like a little bit of like work on filming stuff. I actually sent a message to the. I did some freelance work just as basic production assistant, which was really fun actually, because I got to sort of stand around the set filming this. It's basically a training video. I got to help out doing stuff, shifting cameras about, and then they brought me back in to do some sort of additional work, working teleprompter, stuff like that, and it was really fun. Yeah, look at you writing a novel. So that is a force of habit. It's like whenever one of my friends talks about she's gonna die, she realizes, right? Just that was a strange choice, Traces. But yeah, so whenever one of my friends talks about anything to do with a relationship, I end up making that same noise, same ridiculous moment of like, ooh. It is not to be taken literally. Massive shove, yeah. But no, that is impressive. Like I've known people who've wanted to write, and I've followed a few writers on Twitter, stuff like that, and pay attention to like a lot of what they sort of tend to talk about. Can get close enough to Tracer to protect her. Nope. Yeah, I should get back into trying to seriously write scripts. At least try and sit down and focus at some point and get them done. Yeah, if you can give me a brief summary, I'll probably be a little, obviously, distracted. But I will know that I am better at probably analysing films and TV show ideas than I am analysing books. They do not stick in my brain in the same way, which is the problem. Okay, we need to deal with this. We need to deal with these. Deal with the siege unit. least took the brunt of that one.
Ha! That was entertaining.
Okay, I managed to quickly read, but I probably have to. Probably gonna be a situation where I have to fully read it.
The altars are rising from the mists.
I love that worked. Yeah, well, a summary should be slightly long. It's not a log line is when it's, you know, the minimal version of itself. So you'd expect it to be. This is. Yeah, it does. Just a first glance of what that I've been able to quickly sort of skim looks good. Catch Tracer on that one. Looking up, so I have to cancel. Okay, now looks like Vader's dealing with it. So you need to be careful because they are gonna really. Yeah, but the idea looks good. Just from a sort of cursory glance. I mean, you know, 5,000 words is pretty good. Like, even just as a base, 5,000 words is pretty good. Okay, we keep getting distracted by Tracer way too much. He is absolutely shitting us.
Be careful. We've lost a tower.
I can block and stop Bastard, but a Tracer Abathor combination is a touch out of my abilities. Nope, that's always gonna be a problem. No, can't do anything if both of them start hitting, and Diablo cannot do the blocks. He can't stop. Could have done with a better, potentially a better choice of tank maybe for this match. Although I would have gone Diablo for this as well, so. Yeah, that is like having this like a sort of proper read of it while I was just waiting for the respawn. Yeah, that sounds like it does sound good. I did know someone a while ago who wanted to be a writer, but just they didn't really ever. They never really seemed to fully pursue it. Like they had ideas, they had they certainly could have attempted, but they just never really. I don't know. They just never really sort of. Yeah, try. I think their anxiety got the better of them, and that was sort of the problem.
Send his servants to their grave.
I have pitched, well, not fully pitched, but I have sent a script off to an agent before, and it was interesting, like doing that and then getting the feedback, sort of, you know, seeing what they thought of the idea. I mean, that is actually probably one of my favourite like things from university. We had to actually pitch a show or a film idea to an agent, and that was really interesting. Some people were not as prepared for it as I was, but I am very good at like just pulling stuff out of the ether in a way. I just if I cannot hit, like, I am fairly good at just like coming up with stuff, just like off the top of my head. But it's I would love to actually be able to try and like pitch something to someone again. Because it was a funny experience, because we it was a situation where I ended up like, people like only had to come in at certain times, but I ended up sitting in for the first, I think, 3 or 4 other people who were doing it. And there were times where this guy would ask them a question, and he would ask the question about the show, about the idea, and they would have no clue. They would just not know. They obviously hadn't thought about it in the same way. They hadn't put in so much sort of time thinking about how stuff works. And so when it came to me, I just consistently was just like, if I got asked a question, it was like, okay, right, it's this, it was this, it was this. Sometimes it was just making it up off the top of my head. Sometimes it was just I knew it already, because I tend to overly I tend to like hyper focus on things, especially stuff I'm making. So I've got a 4-season animated show in my head that I've wanted for ages to have made. I should not have been over there. I should have been with everyone else.
Capture the altars, and we shall deal
That's how we deal with the Tracer.
Let's see if you learn your lesson this time.
Premise is essentially very like D&D based, so it's a drow elf, essentially traveling the land, sort of villain of the week sort of situation for the most part, with an overarching plot. It's funny, like, think about it the number of times, and then it's just trying to do it off the top of my head. And it basically has the character sort of traveling about, meeting people, sort of like helping people and stuff like that. It's very similar in a way to how the R.A. Salvatore books work for the Drizzt series. That it's a character sort of going against the perceived nature of their sort of how people see them. And I've got it's interesting because basically like, first season is villain who she defeated comes back to try and kill her. Second season is then second season is her being attacked by her people who she escaped from. Third season is then her going to face her people and obviously free them from evil oppressive god who's basically controlling them. And then fourth season is the aftermath of her basically killing a god and helping to replace them. And so yeah, so when I say I've got 4 seasons, I mean I've got 4 seasons. But I spend, I think, most of my second and third year of university coming up with the idea. And I have then consistently, over time, just kept just adding to it, doing little bits to it, bits with it, and occasionally rewriting it in my head, stuff like that. And I need to, yeah, kind of a similar thing. I haven't really ever played The Witcher. Like I've played a bit of it, but I was just not into it. But yeah, very similar thing of like travels around, helps people, stuff like that. It's very more. I almost think what I should do is watch some like old westerns, because it's very more similar to that. It's to think more like recent. It'd be more like with how The Mandalorian works. You've got a character, there's an overarching plot, but then there's a whole bunch of episodes where it's specifically episodic. No. Bad Falstad. Bad. You don't get to do the bullshit you're trying to do. Damn it. Bye bye tank. That's the exact sort of bullshit I'm trying to avoid. No, couldn't do anything to move away. Now the great thing is, no, there's only a single one, so we should, yeah, we should. Yeah, we got lucky actually. There's only one. I would say Diablo should leave it though. Definitely not a good idea to bad idea to engage. Terrible idea to engage, because if everyone's there, they're going to actually attack him in a minute, and now he's going to die. Kind of a galaxy brain move there. Why would you push in against them? But yeah, but I've always liked the sort of, I like the episodic stuff, because it's just the same sort of shows I've ended up watching. It's just tended to be the way it's worked, so yeah, you're gonna emulate the stuff you've watched. Okay, that was a good trade. That was good. We've kept one tower, but they've taken the other. No, we need to defend the upper tower. We need to defend the upper tower. They're gonna. I really don't know what we're gonna do. What to do here? Group damage. Group damage. And then GG. Yeah. Nope. No. That's yeah. That's GG. Damn it. No. Our first shot's gonna go, and then we're not about. We can't take. No. Can't do down a tower quick enough. Yeah, it's about 4. Yeah, 2.5 hours. It's not too bad.
MVP.
Just could not pin them down. I definitely think I was. I don't know. Tracer was the real problem. Could not keep her from moving about. Okay, with that painful demotion back to Silver 4. Yeah, Sylvanas died 10 times. It's not great. Hero damage though is about in line with what you would expect for. No, it definitely. Yeah, weird. Yeah, we just didn't group together. Weird. Well, sometimes that happens, sometimes it doesn't. Okay, well, it is 4 o'clock. I am going to stop. They said basically I'd go till 4 or until I manage to go up a rank, and well, it's not quite happened. So yeah, so let's just flick it back over to the big monitor, the big screen. So yeah, so thanks for watching. I'll be back. Should be actually while I've got it here and I can check. It might be Tuesday, it might be Wednesday. I will be streaming on Wednesday because I stream on Wednesday. But let's just see about tomorrow. Yeah, I will likely go and see now if my various people are online and see if they want to play stuff. Let's just see. When is Evil Genius 2 coming out? Do we have any ideas? Special promotion ends in a little under 24 hours. So that means most likely it's going to be 3 o'clock tomorrow. So I will probably look to stream at about 3:30 tomorrow to run Evil Genius. Or I might give myself a day, let myself just relearn, like, get the controls, and then stream it on Wednesday. Depends how I feel, I guess. But yeah, I mean, yeah, you're following, you'll get a notification if I go live, so that's fine. It's a good way to do it. Yeah, so I will see you on Tuesday or Wednesday. I decide to stream next, and I will then also stream on Friday, which is usually my normal day for streaming Heroes of the Storm. It might be a little, which might end up being like the first parts of the new season because it switches over on Fridays. That'll be the interesting thing. But yeah. So, have a good day for you as well, and I'll see you again soon.